As the days turned into weeks, Whiskers and Buddy's discovery of the ancient chest in the Whispering Woods became the talk of the town. The collection of stories had sparked a newfound curiosity among the townsfolk. Children begged their parents to visit the forest. Artists painted vivid scenes of Whiskers and Buddy's adventure, and the library's new exhibit, Tales of the Whispering Woods, became a gathering spot for families and friends. Whiskers and Buddy, however, were already dreaming of their next expedition. The abandoned cabin they had stumbled upon lingered in their minds. One chilly morning, as frost clung to the grass and the air was crisp with the promise of winter, Whiskers perched on the garden fence, his tail flicking thoughtfully. "Buddy, have you thought about the cabin?" he asked. Buddy, who was chewing on a squeaky toy, paused and looked up. "The creepy one with the vines?" "Yeah, I've been thinking about it. Why?" "I believe there's more to it than meets the eye," Whiskers replied. "The carvings on the beams, they weren't just random scratches, they told a story, I'm sure of it. We need to go back and investigate." Buddy's tail wagged. "Another adventure? Count me in. But we'll need supplies this time. That place was dusty, and maybe a little haunted." By midday, the duo had packed their gear: a flashlight, a notebook, some snacks, and a cozy blanket for Buddy, who always insisted on comfort. As they trotted through the town, neighbours waved and wished them luck. The forest was colder than before, its towering trees swaying gently in the wind. Despite the chill, the two friends were undeterred. When they reached the cabin, it looked just as eerie as they remembered. The roof sagged under the weight of creeping vines, and the wooden door creaked ominously as Buddy nudged it open. Inside, the air was damp, and the faint smell of moss filled their noses. Whiskers led the way, his keen eyes scanning the room. "Look here," he said, pointing to a set of carvings on a beam. "These symbols, they're similar to the ones on the stone tablet we found earlier." Buddy tilted his head. "What do they mean?" Whiskers studied the markings, his tail twitching in concentration. "It looks like a map, but it's incomplete. There are pieces missing." Just then, Buddy's nose twitched. "Wait, I smell something." He bounded toward a pile of rubble in the corner and began digging furiously. Moments later, he unearthed a small weathered box. "Good work, Buddy," Whiskers exclaimed. Inside the box, they found a fragment of parchment covered in faded ink. Whiskers examined it carefully. This is part of the map. It's a clue to another location." The parchment led them deeper into the forest, to a grove where ancient trees formed a natural cathedral. At its centre stood a moss-covered statue of a wolf, its eyes set with small glinting stones. Whiskers approached cautiously, noting an inscription at the base. "It's a riddle," he said. "To unlock the path, light the way, where shadow falls, the truth will stay." Buddy tilted his head. "Light the way? Light with the flashlight?" Whiskers nodded. "Exactly. Shine the light on the statue's eyes." Buddy held the flashlight steady while Whiskers adjusted its angle. As the beam illuminated the wolf's eyes, the statue began to shift. The ground beneath them trembled, and a hidden trapdoor creaked open, revealing a spiral staircase leading underground. "Whoa," Buddy breathed. "Are we really doing this?" "We've come this far," Whiskers replied, his voice steady. "Let's see where it leads." The staircase descended into a cavern lit by bioluminescent fungi, casting the walls in shades of blue and green. At the centre of the cavern stood a pedestal, and atop it rested a crystal orb that glowed softly. Surrounding the pedestal were carvings of various animals: cats, dogs, birds, and even squirrels, all working together. Whiskers approached the orb. "This must be the heart of the forest," he whispered. "It's a symbol of unity, of how all creatures are connected." Buddy sniffed the air. "It feels peaceful down here, like the forest is alive." The two friends carefully took the orb, intending to share it with the town. As they made their way back, the forest seemed to come alive around them. The once quiet woods were now filled with the sounds of birdsong and rustling leaves, as if the forest itself was thanking them. When Whiskers and Buddy returned to town with the orb, the townsfolk gathered to hear their story. The orb was placed in the town square, where its gentle glow brought warmth and light to all who saw it. It became a symbol of the town's spirit, a reminder of the power of friendship and the magic of exploration. Whiskers and Buddy, content with their latest adventure, settled down for a well-deserved rest. But they both knew that the Whispering Woods still held many secrets, and someday they would return to uncover them. For now, they were happy to bask in the glow of their discovery, dreaming of the adventures yet to come.